Wolf.
And we are back. Welcome to another edition.
Welcome to DTV Fit.
I'm ready.
Dude.
We are back. We got full crew in the house. That is what it's all about. The Yankees got anything are the best equipped to handle a bullet.
I think there's a higher power at play here. He's due all averages. That dude is the old scrub. The other person you had that was fucking trash. Next game, you're going to see a big performance. You can see it in the end of the game, and I'm just totally stoked and excited for this.
And we are back. Welcome to another edition of the Sports Port. It's Barnes. It's Tony.
Yo, dude.
And the wonderful Renee on the other side of the glass. What's going on, everyone?
Hello, Renee.
Renee, you with us?
You always catch me off guard. I'm not used to talking. Hello, I'm doing good.
Okay, good. Glad to hear it. How was the gym this morning?
Dude, gym was good, bro. Chest and try day.
Okay.
No one was there, which was great because past couple of days, the New Year's resolution people, I think, are starting to be weeded out.
God.
Plus,
been packed.
Yeah, I know. Exactly. Been packed. Plus, now it's like super cold.
Yes.
People are way less likely to get up early in the morning.
Right.
Got a good sauna session in as well. Just Mike and I in the sauna the whole time. No one bothered us, bro.
That's the best. That's the best.
Great, dude. Yeah, it was a great gym session.
Is the women's sauna that busy, Renee, or no? When you're in there?
No, like today and yesterday, I was there all by myself. And I also don't have like weird things like in the guy sauna. Like people don't talk.
Oh,
people
okay.
aren't like weird and do weird things.
Yeah, it's a different environment.
Yeah.
It doesn't smell ever.
Well, because they never clean it.
They don't.
Maybe it's always smell good. They don't have to clean.
They don't clean.
No, I think we came to the conclusion that the weird smell in the sauna is definitely like the cleaning solution they use.
Oh, okay.
Because it's always like early in the morning.
Yeah.
And it's always like, wow, like the sauna is like clean, like the floor is clean and stuff. So it's like gotta be whatever they use to wipe down the sauna, and it's just like from the heat, I guess it's just weird, bro. I don't know what it is. Because it smells disgusting.
Yeah.
Like, it's almost unbearable.
Yeah. Oh, that's
very
tough.
close to being unbearable.
It's funny because LA Fitness, the maintenance stuff, they're not the best at. But never have a bad scent though. I have to say.
How is the sauna? There's a big what do we got, dude?
Yeah. It's probably similar size.
Okay.
It's just the problem is that the LA's been there 15 years. They probably never changed the sauna unit. So that's why I have to turn on the switch and like do all that stuff.
At least
Yeah, I know what's good. Yeah, so it's definitely been getting better, but it's funny just how popular it is though. Like I don't know, because you're always there in the morning, so like you never get to see like at like 4 or 5 o'clock what it looks like. But I would imagine at the edge it's the same thing.
No, yeah, I mean I have been there. I want to say the latest I've been there probably was like 3 o'clock a couple of weeks ago, and it was just like a revolving door of people constantly in and out, and it's so funny seeing people who like go in there for like 30 seconds.
Yeah.
And then walk out, and I'm like, well, what?
Well, thanks for getting it colder.
Yeah, what is that about, dude?
Yeah, no, that doesn't.
It's like when the guy at the blackjack table comes along, plays one hand, and fucking leaves.
No, they come with the set from poker.
Yeah,
all the chips and the thing.
Yeah,
I was just coming for poker.
Yeah,
$20 on a hand. Everybody loses. All right, see you guys later.
Yeah, thanks, dude.
Oh man, that's funny. Random question, Tony. I'm just curious your opinion because I swear everybody I ask this to kind of says the same thing. I'm just curious what your thoughts are. So I've been saying I've been really like going to the gym every day and stuff, like really making a push.
Yes.
I feel like I hear from everybody because I've told you, just really been doing the elliptical and the sauna. How come like when I say like just people like, oh, I'm really trying to get after it, like really getting like really good shape, and they're always like saying that it has to be a combination. Like I've never heard one person say, oh, just do the elliptical the whole time. Like, do you know what, like, I just never understand like the reason behind that. The reason why I've always liked just doing cardio is because I feel like I'm the most like sweating, out of breath. Like I could do a full lifting circuit and not sweat at all. So that's why I've always liked to do cardio instead. But everyone's like, no, it's better. It's better. And I just like don't understand that aspect, I guess.
Well, I mean, I'm no expert, obviously. But from what my knowledge of working out over the past few years, a combination is probably the best to like, I guess, like, because obviously cardio, you lose fat.
Right.
Weight training, you're turning fat into muscle. So like those two things combined is probably the quickest way to get rid of the fat that you're trying to lose. And then I guess, people say a cardio is like I mean, elliptical probably is soft. I guess not as bad. Obviously, elliptical is probably the best for your joints. What, Renee? You raising your hand or something? What?
Yeah, I was just I was no.
Yeah, I know. I was you your phone out, and I was like,
I thought Matt was calling.
Yeah, I thought someone was calling. I was like, oh my god, like yeah.
No,
what do we got?
I was gonna say it's also what you eat afterwards.
Oh,
how you
right, of course, yeah,
of
course.
Your diet is like what is it, like 90% of the whole thing.
Very true. But I do think some people are a little too like on that, like saying, "Oh, just what you eat. I don't need to go to the gym." But I just feel like the gym workout, the sauna, like speeds up your metabolism so much. It's definitely like a big tool in the whole process.
Like obviously, like if you do all of those things, like that's probably the surefire way to like being the best, obviously most healthy, lose the most amount of weight in the quickest time, gain the most amount of muscle quickest time. I mean, personally, I'm a big cardio guy. I really like long distance running. Actually,
and what do you on the treadmill, on the elliptical?
Well, obviously, winter is like kind of tough. Like if I have to, I'll do treadmill.
Okay,
but I do like running outside a lot.
It's so funny, and maybe it's just because I had a lot of work to do on the conditioning, but it was more like just like my back hurting or knees. Like outside, I feel like I'm tired after 90 seconds of running, but then I could do 5 miles on the elliptical in a half hour, and it's like no problem.
Well, they say like doing like a road run or something is more difficult because you don't have like a machine kind of helping you.
But then you think about the joint stuff, so it's kind of
it's hard on your joints. They say like running is like not good for your like your organs. Because your organs are like literally like knocking around in your body. That's why like long distance like marathon runners have like obviously joint issues, like organ issues and mad shit.
But do you think it is bad? Like the elliptical is bad for your organs, or it's like any type of running?
I wouldn't say it's as bad because it's not a hard impact. It's not like just shaking. It's kind of like more gradual.
But then I feel like you take the trade off because it's so good for your cardio stuff.
Right? Yeah, it is. I would say
everything.
Elliptical is probably the best combination of cardio and safety for your joints and shit.
Yeah. Because and I think part of it too, besides that, I just love the feeling of like, oh, I can't even run anymore. I feel like I really pushed myself. Right. Is that I'm like just dreading that sore day and like or sore week. Yeah. It really is a week when you
just gotta do it, dude. Like, you just gotta do it. But it's tough. I mean, obviously, we try working in lightly because like my uncle is like a marathon runner. He ran like several New York marathons, like all his life, ran everywhere. He's had two hip replacements, 2 knee replacements, shoulder replacement, like.
Yeah, and my dad used to do marathon running.
Right, he had a knee replacement, right? 2
knee replacement and 2 hips.
Oh, I couldn't imagine going through all that shit.
Yeah.
And my uncle's had his hips resurfaced too, like.
Yeah,
bro, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, no, and that's why I feel like okay, like I think I should be good. The elliptical is probably the best thing for you. Yeah. Plus, I mean, obviously I have my runs, but it's not like I'm 365 a year.
Right? Yeah,
for an hour. But I have to say, my peak, the best run I ever had. College, I was going an hour on the elliptical, 1,000 calories.
Nice, dude.
I mean, that's and then dining hall, just chicken and vegetables. I mean, that's how you.
That's dope, dude.
But the problem with doing something like that is like you're really strict on it, and then you get exposed to like a pizza night or something, and then
beer,
you're done for
and
months,
then it's
months.
over, dude.
But I just thought that was funny,
dude. How dope, honestly. I'm sure maybe the food at your college wasn't that great. Not at shoot,
awful,
sucked too.
Awful.
But like, dude, like dining hall, like 63s are like buffet dining hall. Like it's over, bro.
Yeah.
Forget like pizza, chicken, French fries, like ice cream afterwards, bro.
Yeah,
it's over.
Yeah, no, you're right.
I definitely missed that shit.
And one more health fitness thing here. I just have to ask you because I was getting in an argument with my roommate about this last night. He's trying to tell me that no matter what, like when it comes to like losing weight and stuff, it's like at the end of the day, it's just calories in, calories out. It doesn't matter where the calories are coming from. And I was saying like that could not be further from the truth. And I'm just curious your thoughts there, Tony.
I mean, I see where he's coming from because obviously,
right.
If you want to lose weight, the calorie deficit diet, whatever, dude. But obviously, you have to watch like other things as well. Like obviously where the calories are coming from are important, dude. Because if you're eating like sugar and shit, like that's going to do nothing for gaining muscle. It's going to do the opposite. Like it's not good at all.
And don't certain foods like speed up your metabolism, make it easier to burn fat. So it's just because the ice cream has the same amount of calories as the chicken and Brussels sprouts, it's like there's no way you have no energy. Like it's
there's no nutritional value, dude. Yeah, no. That's ridiculous statement.
He was getting so mad at me too. I was like, no, there's good and bad calories. No, absolutely not. Like it's like easy does it, bud.
Yeah, really. Oh my God. This is very serious.
Yeah, I guess so. So yeah, nice little DTV fit to start the show, right?
Yeah, buddy.
But one newsworthy item here that came out yesterday. I mean, we've had, the coaching carousel in the NFL, go around, and it seemed like all the firings were done. And then yesterday afternoon, I'm in the sauna, and I see the notice that the Giants have finally fired head coach Joe Judge.
I didn't think it was gonna happen, to be honest, dude.
Did not.
I really
think it was
didn't think it was gonna happen.
And I think the last 2 or 3 games put him over the edge. I think there was no plans to fire him. And
Yeah.
he's like, nope, I'm not gonna get embarrassed anymore. This guy doesn't know what he's talking about. They met with him for 2 days, so he's trying to save his job for 2 days. And it's like, how did he even get to the second day?
Honestly, how did you even get to the first day?
Yeah,
really.
I mean, as much as it's how I am with like the Mets and stuff, Jets fan, Yankee fan, like the cross teams I like, when they're struggling, giving them a hard time. But I do have to say, I mean, obviously Giants have been complete dumpster fires for 6 years. They've had 3 coaches in 6 years.
Oh yeah.
That one playoff appearance, but then the boat trip and the 40 games under 500, all of that stuff. But I do think this is a breaking point, and I do think John Mara, the owner, and Steve Tisch as well. Right. This is it. They're going to actually do this the right way. And they did announce that they're hiring a general manager, and the general manager is going to hire the new coach.
Right, which is great, dude. But it's still crazy to think about how, like, after all these years of them, like, trying to rebuild, that now they're going to a year with no GM and no coach. It's honestly, like, so crazy to think about that.
But I do think it's like, think about what they've done. Like, everybody's always either a connection to the organization.
Right.
First-time head coach. McAdoo, first-time head coach. Shermer coached 1 year with the Browns. Judge was a special teams coach. I think this is the time they bring in a veteran coach who's been there, done that, because they're sick of it.
I know. They're going to have to. They're going to have to. There's no way. Obviously, they can't follow the same recipe and expect a different result. Like,
and I just, the way the Giants operate things is it can be a little clownish. And I had suggested this on an earlier episode, but I think they should go the ESPN combination. Louis Riddick in the front office, Rex Ryan, a head coach. The defense is ready. They got players out there. But I just feel like Mara doesn't like his antics. He's probably not into the foot fetish stuff.
I'm sure, like, he's going to want a coach that's, like, kind of low-key, like, not like Rex Ryan.
Yeah.
I don't know, dude. But it'd be interesting. I'm sure Rex Ryan would do well.
Oh, and he would be so ready to stick it.
Yeah.
To the Jets.
Oh, my God. He really would.
But I do think, too, the Giants, I mean, from the days, even when, Phil Simms was at quarterback and stuff, it was all about Lawrence Taylor. It was all about Harry Carson. It was all about Carl Banks. They're a defensive football team, so I think they need to get a defensive head coach.
Yeah.
And, I mean, I would, too. I'm sure I think this is good, too, for Giants fans. They must be so happy because I think the new general manager is going to say, I'm not going into the season with Daniel Jones as my quarterback. I don't think there's any way in hell that happens.
Yeah, I don't know. If the new GM, new coach, there's going to be a new plan, I'm sure. There's no way they're going to start. There's no way they would come in their first year and try to build around Jones, right?
Yeah.
It would make much sense at all.
And I just like, it's almost like the Zach Wilson debate. I just don't understand why there's, it's not as open and closed as you think.
Right.
Like, there's so many people defending Jones, and I just don't understand. I understand what's going around him, but I still just don't understand why there's that, oh, he could be good. He could be good. Where does that come from?
That's honestly a good question. I was really wondering that myself because it's like, I mean, again, like, what has he proven? Close to nothing. He wasn't like a highly sought after quarterback. I get even from the draft, like people when they picked him, why would you pick him now? So I don't know, dude. I mean, personally, I guess if Judge was still around, I would have given Jones another shot because it's like same coach, whatever. Let's see what he can do for another year with his fourth year
coming up.
Yeah, no, if I was a new coach coming in, I wouldn't do it.
Because it's like, it used to be, let him go the rookie contract. I think if you don't show something special after 2 years, that's it. I'm sorry. You got to have something.
Even 3. It's 3. Yeah. It's been 3, dude. Like,
well, the line, the coach, a different offensive coordinator. I mean, the excuses are never ending.
I know. Like, there's comes to a time and place where it's like, you've given this guy 3 years, 3 chances, like 3 seasons, and he hasn't really showed up.
Any thoughts on, because I saw this thrown out there, that they would go with Scott Pioli. He's a former person in the Patriots front office. I think he was with the Chiefs as well. So, they've always liked the New England connection. That's why they had Judge in the first place. But Former Broncos coach and longtime Patriots offensive coordinator Josh McDaniels. Could you see that one, Tony?
I could see that one. I mean, obviously, anyone coming from the Patriots organization,
right,
is going to know a lot of stuff. Going to be, expert at their craft, if you will. But again, like you said, I do think the Giants should go for more of a defensive. Yeah, dude.
Yeah. So I mean, there's a bunch of people out there that might be in consideration. Just thinking off the top of my head. I mean, they actually really did like their current defensive coordinator, Patrick Graham, but I do think like they're going to want to really just not like the smallest position coaches.
Yeah.
A former Broncos head coach Vance Joseph, he's the defensive coordinator for the Cardinals, so that could be someone that they could bring in as well. There's been some chatter, so kind of interesting because you think about hires over the past couple of years. I mean, very heavy on the offensive side of the ball. Like last year, Saleh was the only defensive guy hired for a job. So
look at him now.
Yeah. And then there's Don Martindale, also known as Wink, was under consideration before Judge. He's the Ravens defensive coordinator.
Wink?
Yes, they call him Wink Martindale. And I think, the Ravens, I think they have one of the classiest organizations in the NFL. That might not be a bad place to go. He's a little older, but it's just like, I think it's time to just build a locker room, build chemistry, and not worry about like developing a guy and he needs to be 40 years old.
Do you know why they call him Wink?
I guess he winks at everybody, right?
I guess.
I think that's the first person I've ever heard with that nickname.
Yeah, I think so too.
So
that's crazy. I wouldn't like that nickname. I don't know, dude.
Yeah, it's a little odd for sure.
Stink.
But I have to say, like, what an introduction today. What a opening segment.
Yeah, I would say pretty lengthy,
Yeah, very diverse,
very broad, very diverse.
Yeah.
Interesting with the workout talk, dude.
Yeah.
Didn't expect that to be honest.
No, I'm like
Are you going elliptical today? You're lifting weights, dude. You gotta do both.
Yeah, I actually because my new roommate actually who just moved in, he's signing up for LA. So I said, maybe I'll join you.
Oh, big mistake, dude.
What do you mean? Oh, because LA?
Yeah.
Well, it's right across the street from our place. So it's like that's never a mistake, Tony. Distance, convenience.
I know convenience is always good, dude.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I signed up for the Fairfield Edge only. I don't have like the.
Oh, so you sneak into Stratford sometimes or no?
I think like twice I did, and one time was when the Fairfield one was flooded. So I just went there. I was like, "Hey, man, the Fairfield one's flooded."
And then what did the guy say?
He's like, "All right, just get in here."
But did you ever get a "Excuse me, sir"? Excuse me.
I don't think so. Not yet, dude. But it's so funny because like. Move to Stratford Edge is like 2 seconds from my apartment.
Yeah.
Gotta drive 15 minutes to Fairfield.
Yeah. Wait, and then what's the contract? Like, what did you sign up for a year, monthly? Like
it's a year. It was like the cheapest one, which was the Fairfield only one. And it was like $10 a month. So
$10 a month. Okay.
Yeah, dude, pretty sweet. Yeah, it's a sweet deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I kind of pay a premium, but I'm
what do you pay? $40?
So it's yearly and it's $312 for the year.
Okay. How much is that a month?
So it's less than $30 a month. But I'm saying like you're $10 a month.
Right.
So I mean, obviously that's a lot more. But then I could go in Florida, I could go in California. Like it's not like I have to just go to one.
Yeah, so one thing you want to do when you're on vacation, it's like
honestly, it's funny that you say that. A couple of years ago, I visited my friend. He lives in Sarasota. Met up in Orlando. We went to 3 different LA Fitnesses because he was one of those guys growing up. Me and him one-on-one 3-point shootouts all the time.
To play basketball?
Yeah, basketball. Yeah. Ripped the sauna. He loves the sauna. I mean, who doesn't like the sauna?
I'm sure there's someone out there who doesn't.
No, actually, my roommate, I swear to God, he won't even consider it.
Really?
No, I'd never do that.
I can see people like just not liking it, honestly. Come on. It's fucking hot in there, sweating all the time.
No, because there are people that just don't want to be hot. Like my mom, for instance, no way. Like
my mom wouldn't sit there.
She doesn't even want to put the heat on in the house, let alone sit in the sauna.
Yeah. No way,
it's just too much. But hey, man, I just think really it's just very cleansing, and I don't know if I could ever go without it for such a long stretch. I mean, it was so annoying over COVID that it was closed for that long. Like,
yeah, it's so whack.
Yeah, and then you just jump right back in it. Yeah. And it's just funny. Like you'd probably notice this too, how your stamina builds up from when you first started something. 5 minutes. Oh my God, I got out.
Yeah. Oh, dude. It's funny too to see it sometimes where like you're just like maybe just not fit for the sauna that day.
Yeah.
And it's like 20 minutes feels like the whole day. You're just like, oh my God.
But I do think that's sometimes like it's hotter than usual too. Like I think that kind of plays into it. Or do you feel
maybe.
Like the temperature to you always feels.
And the temperature at the edge has always been the same. I
Uh-huh.
feel like it's always teeters around like 190. I think.
Okay.
I would love to jack it up, honestly, dude, just to fucking see what happens. Like, give me like 215.
Yeah.
Yeah, jack it up like 30 degrees.
But like, would you like that it would be quicker, or do you enjoy it lengthy, like being in there a while?
I do enjoy being in there lengthy, dude.
Yeah.
Sometimes, like, especially like given that we just worked out and like time constraints, sometimes it's just like a quick 15, and I just like. I get left leaving more, wanting more.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, I could stay there another 10.
No, and it's so funny too, because I'm always coming from work or just somewhere else. So I'm never wearing my like gym clothes to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
So I always have to go in the locker room and like put my stuff in the locker. And it's like right by the sauna, and like you just feel the heat coming from it or the scent coming from it.
And
It's like I just want to go right in.
I know, especially now because it's so cold.
Yeah.
You go in and you just feel the warmth. And you're like, oh
Yeah.
dude.
But hey, I think of we're kind of reinvigorating some fitness talk here, Tony. So I'm really liking it. Very diverse, and you know what I'm surprised we haven't gone into yet. With me, I've mentioned it here and there, but some financial reports, the stock market. You have to admit I've kind of held back on that stuff.
I guess you have, yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Why? What do you got, dude?
No,
nothing. Just saying.
Well, no. The whole system is just insane. I mean, it's definitely a lot of hedge fund manipulation, but like, and it's all the time. Like someone like the Treasury Secretary will say something, and that means every single thing should come down. Get out of here. That's not true. That's not how it works. I don't want to hear it. But finally, yesterday, a positive thing. I guess the guy who's the head of the Fed, he got renominated and reconfirmed or whatever. And he said some positive things that like inflation might end by the middle of this year. So then now everything's up. But what do you think is going to happen today? There's some report about, I think it is actually an inflation report too, just about how it varied from last quarter. It's going to be bad. And then and then everything's going to be down 5%. It's like, it's just, I get tired of it. I really do get tired of it. Bitcoin way down. Remember I was saying that time, buy it at 30, went to 60, would have doubled. Now we're back to 42, but we've been teetering up last day or two. So I think that's still good long-term. I don't know what Jay thinks, but
honestly, I would be interested. I hope Jay's listening. He might not be. He's probably working.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure he would have good talk with you.
Because he's huge with crypto.
I would say he's huge with crypto. His dad is big into Bitcoin. And obviously, like Jay's dad's like invests a lot, like just across the board. And obviously, Jay learned a lot from him, so Jay does it too. And especially Jay's like coding now. He's taking coding classes.
Okay.
So he's wired in, bro.
But coding, does that have anything to do with like mining, like that type of stuff, like making your
on like more of a in-depth scale? Like, yeah, dude.
Oh.
But like, that's exactly what he's doing.
Right. Yeah. Because that whole process, I mean, I can't even like fathom it. It's like involved. It's crazy.
Yeah, I don't really get it, dude. Digitally.
No, I
don't give us crickets, Renee.
Wait, I don't know what's going on because I'm not even clicking that.
Is that Michael?
It's like I'm not even pressing anything, and the board just keeps on lighting up.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, maybe it's like stuck.
Yeah. I mean, Mike did spill tea on it yesterday.
Honestly, though, I think it made it out of there pretty good. All things considered, that whole thing.
I know.
That could happen. Imagine if that happens.
We wouldn't be here right now. That's for sure.
I would be just we'd be doing a FaceTime with everyone.
Yeah. We'd be doing fucking Zoom. Oh no, dude.
No way. But I think it's a good time now to go to the world of the National Basketball Association. I feel like we're going to start ignoring it now.
Yeah, oh yeah, you got it.
All right. Another interesting night in the NBA last night. Couple games we'll take a look at that we talked about yesterday. Really the marquee game of the night. You have the Grizzlies coming into their matchup against the Warriors, winners of 9 in a row. And they win their 10th, 116-108. Ja again, 29 points, 8 assists. And a guy that Mike's mentioned a bunch, former Duke Blue Devil, Tyus Jones, 17 points, 5 of 5 from three-pointers. So that's efficiency. And I can't imagine, Tony. I mean, we talked about my three-point percentage yesterday.
Oh, yeah, dude. Way better than you. But, dude, Ja is just looking like a force to be reckoned with, dude. He's he's definitely trouble, man. I mean, he's really impressive, very athletic, and I guess a really good all around effort by the Grizzlies, dude. Beating the Warriors, Klay Thompson's second game back, obviously. Seems like it's gonna take maybe a few games for Thompson to get back into shape. Because I mean, like run all you want, dude. I mean, playing NBA at professional level, it takes some time to get back into shape after being out for so long. So yeah, dude.
And I don't know if this was getting a little ahead of themselves, but I think it was Steve Smith, not the former receiver, but the former NBA player. I think he played for the Heat, but he's on NBA TV now. He made the comparison with the Grizzlies to the Warriors, that the way the Warriors dynasty started, they drafted all their players, they developed it, and that's kind of what the Grizzlies are doing. But like, I think it's still just premature to say that, despite a 10-game winning streak and looking like a serious contender in the Western Conference. But could they get there? Yes, but I think it's really about developing that second star alongside Ja, because right now it's a bunch of role players. I mean, obviously it's about the team, but I just think when it comes down to a Western Conference final, an NBA final, you can't have one guy that the defense can just hone in on and then have to rely on everyone else who's just kind of average, maybe slightly above average with good effort. I still think that's just going to come up a little short.
Didn't the Bucks do it?
But you think about the difference between the Grizzlies' second player and Chris Middleton and Drew Holiday.
Yeah.
Those guys are all-stars, though. You know what I mean? No one on this team has made an all-star team besides Ja.
You think it could, like how you were saying, how the Warriors kind of took time to develop those players? You think the Grizzlies have those types of players to be able to develop, or you think
I think they're below that. Tony, give credit where credit is due.
Oh, Mike did say that about Klay Thompson. Yeah.
Said what I said this morning about Klay.
Yeah.
There we go. Michael hitting it on the head.
Yeah, dude.
But yeah, I think they definitely have some pieces like Zaire Williams. He's 20 years old. He had a career high 17 points last night. It's his rookie year. He went to Stanford, actually played with, I think, LeBron James Jr. In high school. So it's kind of cool that he's in the NBA. But guys like that, can really develop. But I still think it's like one guy in free agency, a real big time name, or they just hit a home run in the draft picking, at 2021. Because we know with the NFL, with MLB, with hockey, there are those guys that you could pick. It's all about like picking the right guy. And I think if they do that, they're going to have a really good run ahead of them. And I think they'll exceed what those teams with Mike Conley and Zebo and Marc Gasol did.
Do we know where they're going to be in the draft?
I mean, based on the record now, you would think late 20s because they have one of the better records in the NBA.
So.
But I swear I just feel it more and more. We think about all the busts in the NFL and the NBA, and I just really think unless it's 1, 2, maybe 3, it's like the other picks. You guys just do your homework.
Okay.
Because I just think there's not enough into scouting, and I think that's the biggest problem. Too much emphasis on, we'll just trade our draft picks. We don't care.
Right.
It's like draft picks matter.
Yeah. Has there ever been like recently a late draft pick who's been like really good?
So, I'm so mad at I got to look this up, but somebody was undrafted and won Rookie of the Year.
Zaire played with Ronnie in Boston.
Yeah.
Thank you, Michael.
Of the year.
Tony and I like to give credit. Bullshit, Mike. I didn't know you were watching, dude. All right, if you were sitting here,
man, that's
and funny. Not sweeping.
No, but
I would have given you credit.
This is bothering me because LaMelo won it last year, but who won it the year before? Ja. Okay, so I guess I was. You know what it was? It was that in 2016, Mike's favorite guy, Malcolm Brogdon, second round pick, was the first second rounder to win Rookie of the Year. So there you go. That's something, Tony, no?
Wow. The first ever second rounder to win Rookie of the Year?
Because you know what it is? Think about it this way. All the 10th pick in the drafts fails all the time. So how do you think the second round does? A lot of the guys don't even make the team or on a different team than who drafted them or don't even play that year, go overseas. I'm telling you, Michael's setting this in.
I'm trying.
I think Renee's just bored over that, just doing it, honestly.
I'm just confused. Like, where is this audio coming from? We'll just
fix the button.
I'm trying. It's like a weird. Carry on.
Carry on.
So a lot of people have this sentiment, that the Grizzlies could potentially be in the Western Conference Finals. Do you think pump the brakes just yet or no?
No, I mean, I think it's definitely possible. I mean, look, I was mentioning how good Ja looks. I mean, even the team like you said, they have decent role players at this point. I think it's possible to make a push into the playoffs. Yeah, and make some noise. But like you said, perhaps eventually fall short.
Yeah. But next couple of years.
Yeah, you never know. Sounds like you and I should enter the draft, dude.
I think so.
We could probably go third round. If the second round always fails, we probably go third round.
If they had a third round, I think we'd go there. Oh man, come on, tell me that wasn't organic.
That was good, dude.
On spot. Another riveting game last night. We saw the Pelicans 128-125 over the Timberwolves, and this one back and forth the whole game. But I do believe halftime Pelicans were up about 9-10 points, but Timberwolves kept it close. Tons of 3-point shooting. You look at the Pelicans, who win on a Brandon Ingram game-winning 3-pointer. He had 33 points, 9 assists. That goes down with less than a second remaining, but they shot 16 of 32, which is 48.5% from 3-point range. I mean, talk about bombs away.
Yeah.
There we go, Tony.
That was a good one, dude. I mean, talk about bombs away. Who said that's not you, is it?
It what do you mean? Like I'm copying something?
Yeah. That's someone says that.
No, that's always been a common basketball thing. I mean, I guess you could say my coach maybe in 7th grade used to say like bombs away, but it's like that's kind of like something you would say from 3-point range if you're like just jacking them up.
Yeah, no, yeah, that that was good, dude. But yeah, obviously, I feel like a lot of talk about 3-point percentage the past few episodes of Sports Court here. Obviously, dude, if you're making them, keep throwing them up there. Ingram, I think, had 3 late threes, right?
Yes.
Besides the game winner. So I mean, obviously Ingram was feeling it, dude. He was on fire, and of course, when someone has momentum, especially with a 3-ball, I mean, dude. Bombs away.
Yeah, bombs away. And I have to say, too, I'm impressed. There's a lot of talk, the Pelicans, Zion wants to go, this and that. They've been playing better lately. I've always believed in Brandon Ingram. Josh Hart, a guy that they came over in the AD trade. So I think, they're in a little bit better of a spot. And if whether Zion comes back, they get a huge haul for him, I think they'll actually be okay because I think there is talent on the team.
What is he out for?
I think it
ankle, knee?
It was... I want to say knee and then maybe conditioning. But I don't know. Do you think he ever plays for the Pelicans again?
No.
Michael, how are you, bud?
No, I don't think. I don't know. It's tough, dude. I mean,
yo, what's going on, man?
All right, just calling in real quick to just say, one, John Morant is the next on Iverson.
Love
and
it.
2, Tony, if someone's not watching the show, you're just never going to give them credit. What's up with that?
I can't hear.
He said, if someone's not watching the show, you're never going to give them credit. What's up with that?
Well, if it's other than you, yeah.
Wow.
I'm kidding, dude.
Shots fired. Fired.
Really? Not, with every joke is some truth. But anyway, so you don't like Jaren Jackson though, Barnes? You don't think he's going to develop his number 2 or 3?
No, I don't think he'll ever make an all-star team. I think he's just okay.
You don't think he could be the 3rd option though, even?
4th. I think the foundation's there for sure. I mean, it's impressive.
You know who people don't talk about on that team that really changed them a lot this year? Steven Adams.
Yes, dude. I've always been a big Steven Adams guy. Everybody, kind of downgrades the centers these days, but what he does on the defensive end and just as a leadership role, I think that's huge for them. Is that the crickets? I didn't expect him to sign it. Maybe bad service.
Yeah, maybe possible. Phone died, maybe.
Phone died. We've heard that one before. Do you ever let your phone die?
No.
I'm very when I'm at 30% bugging.
Really?
Yeah.
When I go to bed, I just plug it in. So it's like,
what's funny? My friend always makes fun of me of this. Never charge my phone in the house. It's always just because I'm in the car a lot. Right. I just always have it plugged in the car every single time I'm in the car. And that's
all right. Well, if that works for you, it works for you.
But then sometimes you're looking at your phone a lot at night. You wake up, there's 10%. You know what I mean?
Oh, dude.
Oh, my God.
What a terrible way to start your day.
Yeah.
10%. Got to worry about charging your phone. Need it for the day.
But long car ride from Stanford to here, half hour. I mean, that'll get you a pretty good charge.
Probably 60% maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, give or take. I mean, I'll take it.
Yeah, I like that, dude. Thank God for the car charger, dude. There's USB port in the car, dude. Can't beat it.
And I just think too, I mean, the Timberwolves are 1 game under now. Definitely have had their best start to the season in a while. Anthony Edwards is ridiculous. 28 points last night. And it's funny too, like, I never understand how you develop a 3-point shot that's just like goes like that. It's like, I feel like, just a straight down liner. It's like, there's no margin for error. You know what I mean? Like, I just feel like that's going to rim out way more than if you have a little loft on it. Because I feel like you're slamming it in. So if it's just a little off, it's just going to, like, no?
I don't know about that one, dude.
Well, think about all of the greatest shooters of all time. I mean, other than Ray Allen, everybody has had a hoist. Curry has a lot of elevation on his shot.
Right.
Clay, same thing. LeBron, I mean, I know he's not one of the best 3-point shooters, but his shot was always, way like a teardropper.
Right.
I mean, give me another name, Tony. Line drive shot. Who do you got?
Just you.
Oh, it's just me. I don't think I have a line drive shot, right? I feel like I'm a teardropper, no?
I don't know. I feel like I don't know. I feel like sometimes it's kind of line drivey.
No, the funny thing is, I don't think I shoot consistently the same way. Like, it's like,
yeah,
I think my form isn't consistent, and that's why we have.
That's why, you've the teardrop.
But did you kind of notice that? Like, it doesn't look the same.
I don't watch you that much, Barnes.
Same when we were playing.
Yeah, I'm like looking at the ball, dude.
Or you're just checking the line.
Checking the line, foot.
No, but that happened, Tony, because you're not used to taking 3-pointers.
No, I never take 3-pointers.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And me, that doesn't come up into play because I go 5 feet behind the line.
Right.
So
I was trying to take 3-pointers, take Mike's advice. Shout out, Michael.
Oh, he told you to shoot the threes?
Yeah, he's like, why don't you take more threes? You're taking threes, dude. He's like, you take like mid-range shots. Like, what's 3 or 4 more steps back, you know?
But I can't wait to play again, honestly.
No, me too, dude.
Yeah.
Tuesday?
I'm down. Are we like good to go at Wakeman or?
Last I heard, we were like invited back,
Okay. But I'm 100% in if
talk to Michael.
And then I wonder, if we could get it would be nice if we could get 2s. I would love that, honestly.
I know, we have to check with Renee.
Renee, can you play?
Come again?
Oh, will you play 2-on-2?
Oh yeah.
All right. What do we think for teams, Tony? If it's the 4 of us.
Well, listen. The first.
I guess it'd be Mike and Renee.
Yeah,
right? Yeah, it's gotta be.
Sorry, Renee. What were you gonna say?
Here's the thing. The first day, I need to like warm up and get back in the groove a little bit first.
Okay.
I feel, I just started getting like.
We'll just start practicing now.
Why are you looking at the screen? Why aren't you looking at me?
So I go get it myself.
Oh.
No, it's really bad. I do the same thing. I can't stop looking at the screen.
I know because we're so gorgeous.
But so you need a 1 warm-up day, you're saying?
Yeah, give me a warm-up day. Let me put some shots up, and then I'll. But then you know what the thing is though is that I remember when you guys went to go play at that other basketball court a while back last winter. Remember?
Yes.
And I was like, oh, I want to play, and then I think Anna said she wanted to play too, and I was like, I was warned that like this isn't like it's fun, but like it's. Don't laugh. Like, this is serious. Like, don't be like joking around because you'll like get cut, basically.
Well, it's not really about that. I mean, it's just like,
obviously
we have fun, but it's
like
just
you're
people.
Very serious. Like, yeah, you guys have fun.
Serious, but it's just competitive.
Very competitive.
I would say very competitive.
It's funny though. You think about all of us. Me, you, Matt, Mike. I think we're all very competitive.
Yeah. I think we are all like naturally competitive. Yeah. Obviously, we're all athletes here. Like. Just a couple of dudes, a couple guys being dudes in the basketball court,
But yeah, I'm pumped, dude. And it's like I've been wanting to play like in LA, but the court's always packed. And then also, I want to get my workout in, make dinner.
Right? Yeah, you have shit to do.
4-hour ordeal, but maybe I'll start going Saturday mornings. You know what I mean? Go at 9, play for 2 hours, then that's fine. But it's like
I figure we're gonna be packed then too. Saturday mornings.
Not everybody wants to go to the gym on the weekend though. You know what I mean?
But people would go to play ball though.
Some because I've gone just for the sauna because that's what I usually do on the weekend, and not too bad. How
many guest passes can you have there?
Dude,
for a day, can you bring like 4 people?
So it's actually not by person. So it's like if you've never had a free trial there, you can just go there and say you want a free trial, and we'll just sign you up. It doesn't have anything. You don't have to.
Oh,
do anything.
really?
Yeah.
So the 4 of us can go and fucking recap.
No, but let's do it, and then I'll try. It'd just be nice. I would just want to know, like, maybe I'll just have to call you at 7 o'clock. Yo, it's open.
Yeah, it's clear.
Wait, do you guys go to the gym on the weekend or no?
Yeah.
And so you don't miss a day. Every day you're
No, sometimes like obviously Sunday I do the church gigs. I don't go. Sometimes it's like Saturday. I feel like sometimes we won't, or we'll just go over stretch in sauna. But more often than not, yeah.
Wow. No, because like I said, I just go sauna on the weekends.
Right. Yeah. I would say that. Yeah.
It feels so good after have 10.
Oh my God, you sweat out the alcohol. Oh, so good.
But so tonight, NBA, Tony.
Oh man,
time to pick a couple games, and we do have the Knicks back in action as well. They're going to be hosting the Mavericks, so that's a game to keep an eye out for. Knicks 1 game under right now. You want to go first?
Yeah, dude. Oof. I'm gonna say. I'm gonna go.
Mike
dude.
just commented, I thought you didn't do 10 beers anymore, Barnes.
Yeah.
I was talking
yesterday.
I was talking in the past tense, Michael. Any more is still correct. But continue, Tony.
Okay. I think I'm gonna take the Jazz tonight over the Cavs, dude. Jazz are at home. Barnes notorious for picking against them, notorious for losing, notorious for picking with them, notorious for
picking
losing.
the Cavs.
Yeah, dude. I know, we go on about the Cavs a lot. I just got a feeling Jazz at home. Barnes is doubting them a lot, dude. Give the Jazz. Give me one. What's the 221.5?
Under.
Cavs really?
Think best defensive team.
Cavs best defensive team. Jazz trying to break this 3-game losing streak right now, dude. Give me Jazz 108, Cleveland 104.
All right, so Cavs plus 6.5 looks like a
Cover.
lock of the night, Tony.
I think so, dude.
For my first pick here, I am gonna go. This is gonna be a great game. Of course, it's on at 10 o'clock, so I can't watch the whole thing. But Bulls hosting the Nets. Give me the Bulls here in actually really dominating fashion here. You think, oh, great game, maybe down a last shot. No, give me the Bulls 131, Nets 115, and really the whole game they're down by 20 plus, make a little late push. And I think DeMar DeRozan will have 45 points and 17 assists, and will just put on an absolute clinic as the total goes over and the Bulls cover that minus 1.5. Could be a fun game. Like I said, I wish
you just say for it. 10 o'clock game.
Yeah. No
good
way.
Luck, buddy. All right, give me tonight. 76ers are at home playing the Charlotte Hornets. Obviously, Sixers, dude, are on at least a 5-game winning streak right now. I think they're on I don't even know how many games they won, but give me Embiid, dude, like 35 points easily. What are they on? I think they're on a 7-game winning streak right now.
Taking a look at the standings here. They are on a 7-game winning streak, 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10. Dude, momentum in their favor. What are they? The spread's at -6. Give me the Sixers. Wow, dude. Give me 122 to 115.
Okay. All right. So just covering.
Just covering and the over.
And I did hear a rumor, and I kind of like the thought of this, even though I am a big Tobias Harris guy. They're thinking of packaging him with Simmons to get somebody. They didn't necessarily say who, but I think you could get some pretty good return there because Tobias Harris is a good player. Obviously, Simmons, there's some baggage, but the ability. So I think that would be a good move for them. But would you be concerned, though, losing Tobias? I mean, the team's finally starting to play well, that would mess up the chemistry. Yeah,
most definitely, dude. Obviously, Ben Simmons isn't playing, so it's like, whatever. But yeah, I would be a little. It would have to be someone, really enticing.
Yeah, I'm just trying. Zion?
I don't know.
If he was healthy.
If he was healthy and in shape.
Crazy, right?
Although, look what happened to Embiid. He was kind of out of shape and struggling with some health.
And Harden
injuries.
Was out of shape last year.
Right. So, they could maybe Sixers.
Dude, imagine trying to go
shape.
Down low against Embiid and Zion.
And Zion would be over, dude.
And then just kick it out to Curry for 3.
Oh.
Unbelievable. Automatic title. Not even close.
Talk about bombs away, dude.
I'm feeling all West Coast games. Or actually, you know what I'm confused about, Tony, before I pick this, because I guess it wasn't West Coast, but it's like, the Bulls, I guess Chicago, so that's 1 hour time difference, but 10 o'clock start? Like it should be an 8 o'clock start.
In Chicago? Yeah, it's so weird.
That's insane. I mean, it would be 9 o'clock local time, but that's still very late. NBA games don't start 9 o'clock local time.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Gotta talk to Adam Silver. But for my pick here, I'm taking the Lakers in Sacramento. They're 2.5-point favorites here, and coming off a disappointing loss to Memphis, I believe. The Lakers, right now sitting at 21-20. LeBron James, I mean, I could talk about it in nauseum, as Tony knows. The run he has been on has been completely insane, and you could say, it is a case of a man on a mission. You look at his last 10 games, 34.5 points, 1.8 steals, 1.4 blocks, 9.1 rebounds, 6.3 assists, shooting 41.8% from 3 and 82.4% of the line.
Who's this guy?
I'm just saying, Tony, there was always the talk about, LeBron at the line, can't shoot him. I mean, 82 for him, the way he's shot free throws the last couple of years. I mean, I think that's pretty impressive, let alone all the numbers that I just listed for you.
No, yeah, dude, it's pretty funny. I mean, obviously he is performing very well. It's funny too. Another shout out to Mike. Michael shouting you out a second time. All right. He showed me this video of I forget. I think it was 2 games ago. I think did they lose to Memphis?
Yes.
I think maybe LeBron's sitting there on the bench, and then Westbrook comes over, sits down next to him, and LeBron's looking at the score sheet, and Westbrook has 6 points at this point, and Westbrook's looking at him, and he's just like sides eye him, looking at the score sheet, and looks all nervous, and just gets up and walk away.
Wow.
Mad funny, dude. Fucking rolling, dude. So funny.
Yeah, it's I don't know. I feel like that, even though I understand with shooting 3-pointers and all that stuff and spacing and having the ball in their hands, but I just still feel like you're a player who's been all NBA,
right?
Who's played in an NBA final before. It's against playing with arguably the best player of all time. It's how does that not work? And it's definitely not on LeBron. Westbrook, is that stupid?
Is it
stubborn?
a lack of chemistry? Is LeBron getting in Westbrook's way? Are they butting heads on the court?
But it's just hard to say how could he be getting in his way. And also too, when LeBron's off the court and Westbrook's in, they're still minus 22. Really? So it's that's not it. And you can't put it on LeBron. I mean, at 37, those numbers that I just listed, it really just is a detriment, I think, to Russell Westbrook.
Mm-hmm.
What are you choosing about?
No, I think you're totally right, dude. I think Westbrook sucks, and it's so funny because I was just thinking about the other. What was it, last season when they were talking about getting Westbrook, and you were like, "Oh no, Westbrook!" And then they got him, and you're all happy. And now here he is, kind of sucking.
Well, at the time, I really wanted to load Kuzma, and I just thought, there was no other move you could make. They don't have any cap space, but I have to admit, I was wrong. It would have been worth just getting, pretty good role players, because I think that's really, when you have a player like LeBron, you have a player like Anthony Davis, you don't need another star. You just need the right pieces around them. You need youth, you need athleticism, you need shooting. Mm-hmm. And unfortunately, they don't have enough of that. Not even really close. I mean, Malik Monk is about it. I mean, THT. So I think this is the time, though, for the Lakers to really go on a run here. LeBron wants to get that 5th title. And they definitely need to make a move if they're going to do that this season. Time, of course, is of the essence. But tonight, it's the Kings, and I know they're talented with Fox and Halliburton and everyone else. But I think it's Lakers 125, Kings 115, LeBron 50-point triple-double, Westbrook 5 for 30 from the floor. So one. How about that? Everyone else makes their shots. Westbrook misses all of them.
30. Oh my God.
Statistically, you're questioning how that would happen. Where there's a will, Tony, there's a way. So that would be an over game, obviously, and the Lakers covering. But should be another exciting night in the National Basketball Association. But for now, let's get to it. The world of the National Hockey League.
In they come, Evans, what a save by Vasilevsky! Are you kidding me? McAvoy, Frederick, did you get the license plate number on that truck? McDavid, beautiful move! You just knew that Connor McDavid was going to make a statement. What a goal!
All right. So another exciting night in the National Hockey League, and 3 overtime games. We'll take a quick look at, before we get to our picks, a game that we talked about yesterday. And I mean, I know when a game goes to overtime, it's like, picking one side or the other. I mean, it seems almost luck in a sense. But the Preds, I mean, at home against the Avalanche, were you surprised that they were able to gut it out 5-4 in overtime?
Yeah, dude, definitely. I mean, they were hot right out of the gate. Luke Kunin had 2 goals. I think he scored their first or second goal. I'm not sure. But then, Matt Duchene scored a third period goal in the power play. I think to tie it up at that point, and then or take the lead in the third period, and then he ended up scoring the overtime goal, the game winner. Of course, on a power play also. So they were upper man at that point in overtime. But yeah, I was definitely very surprised. Nashville played really well. They did a good job of staying out of the box. They played pretty physical. They did a good job of just like really taking the barrage of shots that Colorado. I think they had like 45 shots on goal. Obviously, we talk about Colorado's offense. It's pretty high pressure offense. All 3 periods. So I mean, it was nice. It was honestly a really entertaining game. I was watching some highlights this morning of it. Obviously high scoring, a lot of offense, dude. Quick play. Very big win for the Predators, honestly, to beat Colorado and kind of hang around with them.
And I mean, do you feel they have a chance in the West, or do you feel like despite beating Colorado, they're still a notch below them, and maybe the Knights, the Blues, the Wild?
Yeah, I mean, there's really a lot of competition. I want to see where exactly the Predators are at this point.
They're actually first in the Central.
Yeah, they're first in Central.
Actually,
they're first in the Western Conference. So obviously, dude, they're in a pretty good position right now.
Yeah.
In terms of playoffs. So could they keep it up? Yeah, I think they could. There's gonna be obviously a lot of people challenging them, a lot of teams challenging them. It's not gonna be easy for them. But yeah, I'd say it's possible.
Yeah. That would be a story for sure. A game that I watched, I think it was just the first period before we went to bed. Of course, 10 o'clock start. We did see the Maple Leafs 4-3 over the Knights in a shootout. So another game going down to the wire. And I mean, what a run the Maple Leafs have been on here. They won all those games in a row, blowing that lead against Colorado, but then they come back with a very impressive win here in Vegas.
Yeah, dude. We talk about their run. Toronto had a little bit of a tough time in terms of their offense. They had 18 shots on goal. Although they, like they've been playing very physical. I think which is what kept them in the game a lot. I think it's kind of what kept Vegas maybe a little bit at bay in terms of their offense. But yeah, dude. I mean, Vegas did like a really good job. Pietrangelo and Carlson scored. They're both 2 really skilled players, of course. But then Toronto had Nylander and Matthews, who have been just like you said on fire recently. Vegas did kind of come back late. I think in the third period they had 2 goals.
Yes.
So again, like it was only a matter of time before Vegas had a lot of offensive pressure on the Maple Leafs pretty much the whole game. So it was only really a matter of time before they did score, which they did. But a really thriller of a shootout game for them, and to kind of keep the good times rolling for the Maple Leafs.
Yeah. I mean,
we've seen what the Golden Knights have done. They get on some good runs. They're not a bad team. They're 23-14 right now. So they're nothing to sneeze at. But yeah, I'd say a good win for the Maple Leafs. So, like I said, keep proving themselves at this point.
I mean, you never know. Hopefully not for our sake, but this could be a Stanley Cup final matchup.
Yeah, no, yeah, absolutely, dude. I mean, I would imagine, the Golden Knights have, obviously they've been there before, right? So, they're more than capable of returning. And the Maple Leafs seemingly are rising to the top right now. So,
and do you feel though, like even with Eichel, let's say he does return for the postseason, that the Leafs slight advantage just with Campbell over Lerner and net?
I don't know, dude. Fleury has been looking really good in net for Vegas too, which is really good. But dude, Eichel I think skated for the first time today, actually, yesterday. Skated for the first time yesterday during practice with the Knights. I mean, if he comes back like healthy and ready to go, I would steer towards the Knights.
Wow.
Honestly.
Yeah, I mean, hard to argue that. I mean, they'll just have so much offensive firepower. Are you a big Chandler Stevenson guy or no?
Yeah,
because he's like kind of one of their better offensive guys, right?
Yeah. I don't know, dude. In terms of their offense, I just don't think he's consistent enough.
Yeah,
I really don't. And yeah, it's just consistency for me, dude. It's like, is he going to show up or not? Like, how are you going to rely on him, sort of deal.
And I'm just looking here too, as far as the Leafs are concerned, Matthews, I think it was his 23rd goal last night. Tavares, 14 goals this year. I mean, you look at his numbers. First year in Toronto, he had a career high 47 to go along with 41 assists. But I know Matthews obviously takes some of the scoring opportunities. But do you feel like last couple of years he's a little bit been, an underachiever in a sense? I mean, I know he's still pretty good, but
yeah, I would say, dude. I mean, honestly, I think when he left New York, he left the Islanders, he was like fully expecting to go to Toronto and win a cup, which is obviously not what he did at all. So I would imagine maybe over the years that's kind of taken a toll. Took a lot of shellac for leaving New York. A lot of people don't like him anymore. He's 31 now,
Yes.
so he's kind of teetering. I feel like towards the end of his career, maybe.
right.
It seems like he's a lot of times it seems like he's losing some speed. In terms of even losing some longevity in games. You see him lose his edge a few times later in the periods. So I don't know, we'll see. But I mean, obviously he's also had some good runs this season too. So I think he still has, the offense capabilities are still there. I wouldn't worry about it too much,
And is the reason, I know obviously just the fact of leaving, but is the reason why he's really not liked is because he gave the team no indication that he would leave in free agency. Otherwise they would have traded him at the deadline.
Yeah, of course, dude. And John Tavares was the captain of the Islanders, dude. He was their best player. It was a time where the Islanders were kind of struggling, but also in the middle of getting some nice prospects and stuff like that. So they're a little bit in terms of rebuilding their roster and stuff. So it was just unexpected. And then for him to go to Canada, go to the Maple Leafs, dude, it's obviously a tough look for the Islanders. I mean, he was, I forget what round he was drafted, but he was the first overall pick for the Islanders, dude. I forget what year it was.
I think 2009.
2009. Yeah, I was gonna say maybe like 08 or 7 something. But yeah, dude.
Yeah.
It's tough. It was Islanders fans hate him.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah, no, I mean, you can't blame him. But obviously, that being said, even though he didn't really do good last night, I mean, the team's playing well this season. And of course, Austin Matthews, is a big part of that.
Right.
So it'll be interesting to see if they keep this up, as we move along here in the hockey season. And last game we're going to take a look at from last night, we did see the Sharks 3-2 over Detroit in overtime, courtesy of Logan Couture.
Couture, yeah.
And I mean, it's a nice win for the Sharks. Obviously, the Kane situation a little distracting. I think it was a pretty good win for them.
Yeah, dude. I mean, obviously, I picked the Red Wings to win last night. I really thought Dylan Larkin would show up a little bit more, but you did have goals from Bertuzzi and Leddy, who are good players too. But Timo Meier scored first for the Sharks in the power play. I mean, obviously, it's always kind of tough to come back for. Brent Burns, obviously, big dude with the beard, great defenseman, great offensive defenseman too. I think he had 3 assists last night. He does a lot to facilitate the San Jose Sharks' offense from the blue line. So it's like obviously he's a really good way to start a play, and I think that showed. San Jose kind of where they scored late, I think in the third to tie it up, and they made it into overtime. Dude, Logan Couture, he's nasty, dude. I remember him. A few years ago, I think he had he tore his ACL or something. He was out for a while, but he was so highly sought after. He was killing it before his injury, and it's been obviously a little different coming back from his injury, but he's still every so often, dude.
You see the glimpses.
You see the glimpses of what he was before his injury. It's impressive, dude.
Yeah,
especially 3-on-3. He has the room. He has to worry about really getting hit because no one's really playing the body. Everyone plays the puck, so he doesn't have to worry about contact, so he has that freedom,
Yeah, I mean, 13th season, 32 years old, was the 9th overall pick by San Jose back in 2007.
Yeah.
So he's had a long run here with them, and he had some higher scoring seasons earlier in his career. That's kind of tapered off a little bit the last couple of years. So, but this is actually the best start by far he's had compared to the other 2 seasons. Yeah. So who knows? And then before we get to the picks tonight, just if you had to say moving forward, who's got a better chance to make the postseason here, Detroit or San Jose?
I feel like San Jose is right now. I feel like in the 8th spot, 9th, right? 3, 2, 3. Yeah, right. I don't know. It's tough, dude. I think honestly, because when you think about who's behind the Red Wings right now, it's like the Flyers, the Blue Jackets. Bless you.
Bless you.
Obviously, the Devils, the Islanders. I feel like they're more likely to be able. I mean, I feel like they don't have much competition behind them. It's all about what they're gonna have to do in front of them. They won't really have any anyone coming behind them to knock them out of whatever. The San Jose Sharks, however, they have the Flames, the Oilers, the Jets. You could argue could make a run as well. I feel like the Red Wings more so could be able to sneak into the playoffs. I feel.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I definitely could see that. So, be interesting to see what happens. And then on to tonight. Unfortunately, a short slate as we have 3 games. We were supposed to get Wild and Oilers, but for the Oilers' sake, probably good that they postponed the game because the way they're playing, I mean, they got a lot of things to be worried about, and hopefully McDavid will be back by the time they're back on the ice. I know he was on the COVID list. So I guess for this one, something a little different here. I definitely want to each pick a game. But before we do that, I say let's pick a common game that we kind of want to go heads up against each other. And you could pick it.
Wow, dude. I mean, I guess I gotta go Kraken Stars.
Just because it's the closest.
Because it would feel like it would be relatively the closest.
What do you got? Dude. We could have the same pick too. It's just opinion.
Oh
yeah.
I mean, I guess I want to go with Dallas. I'm gonna go with Dallas. I mean, Pavelski is gonna go off. I feel. He's leading the team in points and goals as well. I feel like they don't really have, obviously Holtby isn't playing for them, but I mean, Oettinger is a decent goaltender for the Stars. Philip Grubauer for the Kraken, I don't see it, dude. I don't think he's going to have – I don't think the Kraken are going to have enough defense to help him out. I would say Dallas take this one 4-1.
Okay. Yeah. So going under, and I didn't realize too they play at the Mavericks arena. Dallas.
Oh, you didn't know?
No.
Yeah, dude.
So that's kind of interesting, and seems like from the games I've watched, they have a pretty decent following. It just Texas and hockey don't seem like they go together. But
I know it's funny, but I mean, in the '90s they were really good. They were the Dallas North Stars.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if you've seen the old school jerseys, very retro looking, very big cult following for that look now, obviously. And they were honestly a really good hockey team in the 90s.
Okay. Yeah. Interesting. And for me here, I think a law of averages situation. The Kraken got to win something. They almost beat the Avalanche, and I don't think they're any good. I really don't. But I just think it's just in terms of what I've seen from watching hockey this year. I mean, we don't know anything definitively, and I just think here they have their night. I mean, you look at Dallas too, 13-3-1 at home, one of the best home teams in the National Hockey League. Kraken only 4-9-2, but like I said, they need to win a game here. And I think it's courtesy of Jordan Eberle. They win 3-2 in overtime. In Eberle, in the last 20 seconds of overtime, right through the net. And Grubauer coming in 882 save percentage. I don't even know how he's on a roster. He has 40 saves tonight.
40 saves?
Yep. That's going to be riveting, Tony.
Riveting.
That's a new word, right?
Yeah, riveting. Bombs away, dude.
It's a boot. So, I know there's only 2 games to pick from here, though. What do you got?
I guess I'll go Canadiens. So you don't have to say it at the Bruins tonight, dude.
That really pisses me off.
I keep talking about the Bruins first line, dude, with Pasternak and Marchand and Bergeron. obviously a force to be reckoned with. We've seen what Boston did the other night against Washington. I think that was in Washington too. Olmark, the goalie for the Bruins, while Tuukka Rask is out with his hip injury, has been doing really well. He's 11-5 in the season, averages 2.5 goals against, .917 save percentage. I think the Canadiens will have to score a lot more than 2.5 goals too in order to beat the Bruins at this point. So I would say it's Bruins 5-2.
Yeah, hard to argue there. I mean, the Canadiens, I think, would really be beneficial of trading Suzuki and just tearing this thing down and developing something that's going to be sustainable. And speaking of, a team that really needs to develop something that's sustainable, Arizona, second leg of this double dip here on TNT, 10 o'clock start, hosting Toronto. And this is something that just annoys me though, because it's like looking at this, okay, if I have no idea, nothing's been announced or anything, but I would guess that Campbell gets the night off. Merzik, is it? Their backup goaltender, 2-1 this year, so he really hasn't gotten out on the ice much. I'm guessing he's going to draw the start, so that gives Arizona a little bit of an advantage that they wouldn't normally have. But isn't there there's literally, I feel like there's zero chance, especially because it's Arizona, that Campbell starts in goal, right?
It's already been confirmed.
It has been,
Peter Mrazek is starting in goal for the Maple Leafs.
You familiar with him, or first time you've heard his name?
No, I'm familiar with him. I mean, I forget where he started a few years. I think he started somewhere a few years ago. I gotta look it up. But he's good, dude. I mean, he's not bad, like you said. I mean, I guess you could say obviously not as good as Campbell, but
started in Detroit.
That's who it was.
Pick in 2010.
Yeah, I mean, he's good. He's obviously, he's just not as good as Campbell, which is why he's not starting. So, I mean, I don't think it's much to look into though for the
right. And you want to tell, that I guess it's why he has an 82 save percentage. You look at his last two starts, they won, but 4 goals allowed in both of them to Chicago and Detroit. So not exactly, the upper echelon of the NHL. Right. And then they did lose to Ottawa. So he's going to let up some goals. But I mean, I guess what's a better spot to play him than playing, against
Arizona,
Coyotes?
Dude. Yeah.
And it's just kind of interesting too. I feel like, is it just me or has the Maple Leafs played their backup goaltender less than any team in the NHL? I mean, he only has 3 starts.
Probably up there, yeah.
Hutchinson has 1. I don't know if any. They have to list everybody who started the game.
1, 2, 3. Yeah.
How about how Solo Locks has started the game in net for the Coyotes? C. Hutton? Right? You see that?
Yeah.
0-2, 741 save percentage.
Way to go, Connor.
So this one, while it should be a landslide, won't quite be that. I think if we had Campbell in net, I honestly think Toronto would win 7-1. But because we have one more time, Tony,
Mrazek.
Because he's in net, I think Arizona will be able to score 2 goals, but I think Toronto will score 4. So give me Toronto 4, Coyotes 2, and the winning ways continue for the Toronto Maple Leafs, and that would be a push on the over/under 6. And
Barnes with the push.
It is a push. But I mean, what are you going to tune into any of these, Tony? I mean, double dip on TNT, regular cable network.
I mean, you got it, dude. You don't get that very often. Hockey on cable. So yeah, I got it, dude. When I'm at home, let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna tune into any game 7 o'clock on TNT. Obviously, watch the Bruins, dude. I think we get Nesson too, anyway. So
okay. But you're a little. I feel like you're a big Kraken guy. So you're a little tight because that might be the closest game of the night that you're gonna miss.
Yeah, probably. Although it's always fun, I guess, to watch the Coyotes, but it'll be 10 o'clock, so I don't know.
Is Keller I mean, what's the deal with him? Is he good or no? On Arizona?
On Arizona?
Yeah.
I mean, he's decent. What does he have? Like 30
goals,
points?
14 assists.
Okay, so 26 points on the season. I mean, he's not bad. I mean, he could be doing a lot better. Obviously, of course, I guess you can argue, he doesn't have very much to work with in Arizona. I mean, I don't know, dude. Arizona is so tough. They obviously haven't really been good ever.
Right.
So I don't know. I feel like every year, I mean, I think Keller is pretty young. I think he's like 25 or something.
23. He was drafted
23. 7th pick overall, so 2016.
18 years old.
I don't know. It's so tough to see like what type of like I said, he doesn't have many pieces around him, so it's tough to see how good he could be when he's like all alone, sort of deal. I guess he's doing good for the spot he's in.
Is he like their future of the team? Like
they're trying to make it that way, yeah.
Okay.
I guess maybe they'll try to build around him. He's definitely gonna have to, I think, bulk up a little bit. He's kind of a small dude. I don't think he really has the moves, or at least I haven't seen the moves for him to really kind of hang with some bigger guys like Malkin and Lucic still in the league, and even Draisaitl's a big dude. Like I feel like if he's gonna get targeted a lot, he might get knocked around. Especially if Arizona decides to dump some players, draft some new players, pick up some other free agents and stuff, and maybe try to build around this dude. They're gonna have to bulk him up. So, but I think he has a future.
Yeah.
Although maybe he's just gonna want to leave Arizona and be like, "Fuck you."
Wouldn't be surprised.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Last hockey question for you. I just was going through Arizona's statistics here. Are you a big Phil Kessel guy?
That guy defies the laws of hockey, dude. He's like this. He's so fat,
bruiser,
and
right?
yeah. And like he played for the Penguins for a while. I think he has 2 cups with the Penguins. And he's just been around the league a little bit now because he's like now he's just getting old, and he's just drinks a lot of beer. He's fat, got the beard, dude. But he's still
not to cut you off, but I'm just looking at his picture here, and I'm looking at what he's listed at. Just take a guess how many weight wise what they have him listed at.
Oh no, is it like 240?
202.
Get the fuck out of here.
Maybe
bro.
What, 15 years ago?
Yeah, maybe, dude. But it's so funny because the guy still is so he's still agile on the ice. Like he's
34
still
years old.
At 30, he's still a good goal scorer. Like he makes some nice moves out of nowhere, which is so funny. Because he's such a piece of shit, and every post game conference, he's dipping in the locker room already. It's so funny.
Dude, funny.
But yeah, I guess he's good. He's I guess you could maybe compare him to almost like the Shaq of the NHL.
Okay.
Just doesn't put in the work, but he's naturally good. You know.
Maybe Edmonton picks him up around deadline.
Oh man, yeah, maybe, sure.
Veteran leadership.
Veteran leader.
Before.
I don't think he has the right locker room mentality though for the young players.
I don't know. I just think I want him to shake it up a little bit. It's like chugging beers after each period. So hey, I hope we get some fun hockey games tonight. But we're gonna do something we haven't done in a while, Tony. Just before we close out here, the world of the PGA.
World of the PGA, baby.
We're going there, and we're going to Hawaii. So we got Sony Open begins tomorrow, and this is a tournament that has been at Wailea Country Club since 1965. So long run here.
Wow.
Par 70, 7,044 yards. So not too crazy. Oh, my bad. Not too crazy on the length here. And you look definitely not a ton of notable names here. I mean, defending champion Kevin Na will be in the field. And if you're looking at who else, kind of stands out in terms of who's competing this week, we have Mark Leishman, Webb Simpson, Cam Smith, who just won in historic fashion this past week at the Century Tournament of Champions. So he stays in Hawaii. Sunjae Im, Masters winner Hideki Matsuyama, and Charles Howell III. So, those are a couple of names, that do stand out a little bit. You have Canadian Corey Connors as well. So kind of a different feel just in terms of, it's not like, oh, this guy is clearly the best in the field. I think it's a pretty level playing field, which I feel like is a good thing because I think it's going to make for a tight finish and some excitement down the stretch. Jim Furyk, another notable name who's been a longtime veteran, on the PGA Tour. So, when you keep that in mind, it's definitely some guys that are playing on the Champions Tour as well. I do think this is wide open. And then one other name here, Matt Jones, who's from Australia, just like Mark Leishman, did set that weekend scoring record of 61 and 62 last week at the Century. So definitely some quality golfers here. Hard to pick, but looking at this, if I had to give you somebody, I'm going to go with a guy, and I'll pull it up in a second just in terms of his history at this event. But I could just tell you he plays this course very well. He's always in the top 20, the top 25. I don't think he's ever won it, but he's always in contention. He always makes a cut, and he's a guy that doesn't drive the ball through 50, but he's very good with his short game and just accuracy. I am going with Charles Howell III for my pick here to win the Sony Open. Give me something.
All right, dude. I'm going to go out on a limb here a little bit.
Wow.
Okay, so I'm going to go with Harry Higgs.
Wow.
Yeah, dude. From Camden, New Jersey. Made his PGA debut. Solo Locks, what up, bruh?
What up? Let us know who your pick is for the Sony, by the way.
Came out, PGA debut 3 years ago in 2019. Like I said, he's only 30 years old. From New Jersey. Shout out Renee. Obviously not a whole lot of experience. He's only, played in 6 PGA tournaments. He got cut from the first one. Houston Classic did after that. The CJ Cup, the Shriners Open as well. And each one he's been getting, slowly better. On average, he shoots a 69.5.
Wow.
So I have a feeling, dude, he's going to come out here, a little pep in his step in Hawaii, happy to be there. Nice young blood, dude. I think he's going to rattle some cages here.
Dude, I love to see it, love to hear it. And I think, it's just, I'm impressed, Tony. I have to say, that's like digging for it deep.
Well, I like to dig deep, dude. I get down and gritty.
And I just want to I just wanted to read this off. Okay, so Wale, I'm sorry. I'm just pulling up. I just want to just show you in terms of consistency here for Charles Howell the third. So if we're looking at career-wise at Wale, Tony, so let's talk. So this is reading off from last year back to 2012. 19th, 12th, 8th, 32nd, 8th, 13th, 26th, 8th, 3rd, 2nd. And then there was a 68 back in 2011, but then a 5th, a 4th, a 69th, and a 2nd. So tell me that he doesn't play this course well.
All right, seems like he does, dude. Yeah.
And if you're looking at since 2008, his lowest, or since 2009, his lowest score from par is 1 under. And then other than that, 6 under, and then a lot of double-digit scores. So it's just kind of funny how you have these guys like Charles Howell III who probably doesn't really ever compete in the major tournaments, but you give him a course that's a little more user-friendly.
Right.
Anybody can win, and I think that's what makes it fun instead of having to say, okay, there's only 4 guys that can win this tournament. No one else has a shot.
Right.
That's what makes golf.
I know. I think we should be in the tournament, dude.
Dude, I think we should.
I don't think we should.
Are you more excited? I love the background, by the way, Renee.
Yeah,
Absolutely
Renee.
Thank you. That's where we'll be, right?
Yes.
Tomorrow.
Yes. We're going to Hawaii. We're going to go direct, Tony, and we'll just get, first class.
Yeah, let's go direct. Forget, I don't want no layover. Don't stop in California. Let's just go, dude.
Renee, how are you on a plane? Like, can you sleep, or are you up the whole time?
I used to get a lot of pressure in my head. But then I just used to take Benadryl to knock myself out.
Okay, I had a feeling the way you pass out sometimes. I can definitely see that.
Yeah, I usually I'll pull all nighter the night before, so I pass out. And
the thing that stinks with me is I try to do that, but I'm just so big on coffee. I have way too much coffee, and then I can't sleep. Even if it's a 5:30 flight, it's just gotta have a coffee.
You fool.
Call me a fool. Solo Locks, by the way, says Sanjay Im is his pick, and I definitely like that pick. One of the up and coming golfers on the PGA Tour. And I was just gonna say, Tony, what are you more excited about, the Masters or us getting back out on the course?
Gotta be us, dude.
Right?
Yeah.
And I think we'll have way more outings this year.
Yeah.
Right.
I really hope so, honestly. Because I want to get better. I want to play more golf.
Yeah. And just I've never been so determined, because had such a good stretch last year, and then it was followed by the worst stretch I've ever had.
I do recall.
I think we talked about it.
Yeah, dude.
So I'm saying, I did the simulator this past week. That was fun, and I think that's something we could do once. It's not something, let's not get carried away. A little costly, but it would be fun one time. They have the bay set up. You can play any course in the world. They got the bar,
dude.
right?
Nice.
Why not?
Oh my God, yeah, let's do it, dude.
So you got to do what you can in the winter here to get by with these activities.
Right. You go bowling.
Got to go bowling. I think we got to go within the next month, right?
Yeah, let's just go next weekend.
No, I want to go. I'm just trying to be like, conservative. But yeah, let's go next weekend.
Right, yeah, I'm down. Let's just not go to Bowlmore Lanes.
Where do you want to go?
I don't know, like a cheap bowling alley.
But you know what we should do if you want to get a deal is go during the week.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Because it's like
weekends are way more money.
Yeah. I can't believe though, and it's not even around anymore, but right by Eastern, we're at the college, $1 bowling nights, Willie Bowl.
Dollar games?
Yes.
Games. Those are the best, bro.
Yeah. That was awesome. Because we'll play 6 games. We'll go back twice.
Yeah.
That's what we were doing, honestly. So I'm pumped, and I'm just curious. Last thing to wrap up today, Tony. I always respect your bowling knowledge. Looking at the way I was bowling, top recommendation you'd give me that I can improve on that's going to improve my score.
Oh, wow. Well, I mean, off the top of my head, I wasn't really looking at you that much, Barnes.
Tony has a whole
list
in his pocket.
But I know you saw me go.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, obviously I saw you go. I would say sometimes, like your backswing isn't necessarily straight.
Okay.
Which is why, like, when you would release the ball, like your arm is either going in not a straight direction, it's either going left or right. That's why the ball is going either the left or the right. You gotta remember, like, keep your arm like a pendulum, dude.
Yeah.
I know Mike was making fun of me because whenever I bowl, like my arm after I roll, like it just drops and swings. And that's for exactly that reason, because I know I'm going straight.
Right.
And I just let it drop at that point.
Yeah, I definitely think straight is important. Yeah. And then I've actually done a good job. I don't know if you noticed, but I try to really have a good tempo because I used to be humming it.
Dude, you got to go super slow at least to start off with it.
Yeah.
And then once you get your bearings in terms of your accuracy, then you can go, then you can try and hum it. And I feel like maybe sometimes you lean too much forward.
Okay, so more
on your slide.
Upright.
Yeah. Okay. And it's a lot about just being balanced.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm really looking forward to. I want to get a 200. I don't think I've ever shot a 200.
Really?
No.
It could happen, Barnes.
Yeah. Do you think it happens next time?
Quite possible. Yeah.
All right.
If we really focus in here, yeah.
What's your goal for a high score for you next time?
236.
Wow.
Yeah.
That would jump off the page.
I would like to average 220 ideally.
Wow. We're talking some high numbers here.
Yes, I would like to get back in the swing of things here.
Yeah. So I'll do my homework, look at these bowling nights. And just
no way, Gino Smith arrested for DUI.
Yes, it did come out.
That sucks, dude. I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter because it's not like he's,
Yeah, he doesn't.
But that sucks for him, dude. Yeah, he's out of play, but that's a shame to see.
Yeah,
that happened to anyone, really, and
of course,
someone like him.
But is it just me? And listen, we can't put ourselves in these players' shoes, but it's just like if you have unlimited resources, like, why are you ever drinking and driving?
Because you're an idiot. Like, honestly, it literally just comes down to that. It comes down to stupidity, which is obviously it's a shame to see it, but it's like on the other hand, it's like you don't feel that sorry for the person because you were in the perfect position to not even have that ever happen to you.
And I hear this stuff about, they want to impress their dates and stuff. But it's
Get the fuck out of here,
You're telling me if you have a date with someone and you guys are going out, partying, drinking and stuff, they're going to, like, hold it against you that you don't want to drive?
I'm sure she would be way more impressed if you have, like, a personal driver driving whatever Tesla car or whatever you have. Like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah.
Impress your dates.
Yeah.
Get at it.
So Gino Smith, a guy who's really just blown it, unfortunately. We saw what he did with the Jets. Gets punched in the face because he was
breaks
stiffing
his jaw.
one of his teammates on an offseason event. Breaks his jaw and just, has really just faltered in the NFL. We saw him, look like his old self with the Seahawks when he had to fill in for Russell Wilson this year. So just really not going all in Gino Smith on his NFL career. It's a shame. Waste of talent. And your mom says good morning.
Oh, good morning, Mom. Hello. What's it say? Wednesday? Yeah, she's at work right now.
So appreciate you tuning in. And I have to say, I almost want to have this background for like every segment.
I know. It makes me feel like we're tropical right now.
I know.
I want to be over there with the palm trees, the beach.
Renee has already mentally started packing.
I know. That's 100%. Exactly where you should be too,
My
Barnes,
bags
right
are
in the
already
sandpit.
She's ready to go for sure. Last question on the way out. Favorite airline?
Favorite airline? Ooh. When I was young, I really enjoyed American Airlines.
They suck now. I have their credit card, but they are terrible.
I mean, I think I've probably flown United the most.
Really?
Aer Lingus was dope.
Aer Lingus, is that a European?
Ireland. Yeah,
Ireland.
Ireland.
Okay.
And it's Aer Lingus. It's funny. It's cool to say.
Yeah.
Also,
Porzingis,
Aer
Aer
Lingus,
Lingus.
Porzingis, Aer Lingus. They have like good food, very comfortable. Everything's green.
Okay.
Super dope. So
Yeah.
I would say them and I guess United.
And it's like one of those things. All their planes are newer. Good
yeah,
condition.
exactly.
Big.
Big, comfy, leg room.
My pick, hands down, is JetBlue. I think they're very consistent, do a good job. Just out of curiosity, Renee, what do you think?
Southwest?
For airlines?
Yes.
Yeah.
Barnes. I've Barnes.
I've Barnes only once.
I've flown twice in my entire life.
Twice, not even when you were like 2 or anything. Like it's literally twice your entire life.
Twice. One time to Guatemala.
Okay.
And one time to, I think one time to Florida. That's it.
Wow. And when was
Yeah.
your last flight?
Was to Guatemala. And actually on that flight, there was a guy who had a heart attack on our plane.
Oh,
But
no.
Our plane was full of a medical mission trip. So like there's all these medical students. So they did like an IV in this dude on the plane.
Uh-huh.
And like they had like him laying out and had the bag and everything. That like these people were like, they were awesome. They held the stuff the entire time. And they were gonna stop the plane somewhere, but they had basically just picked up speed and we were like booming to where we had to go. He survived.
Talk about best case scenario, really.
Best case
I know.
scenario, thank God. And it really just shows the importance of health.
Renee, what were you doing?
Yeah, you almost
You
have
know-
a panic attack.
You know what's funny? I was sitting next to my friend who she broke her arm in Guatemala and she had just gotten a cast.
I was on the
And
way
you're not
back?
supposed to fly with the
Oh,
you're
okay.
not supposed to fly with the cast. So we're like elevating and going fast, and her arms expanding in her cast. So we're like, we're like, what's gonna happen?
Wow.
What the fuck?
What
Wait,
a
so
story.
was she not supposed to fly with the cast?
She broke her arm the day before we were gonna leave from Guatemala, and so there's no other way. We're on a Sacred Heart like mission trip,
Right.
Like, there's
She would
no
have to
way.
stay there for like 6 weeks in Guatemala.
And the day we got back, the next day they shut down Guatemala for COVID.
Oh,
So
oh,
she
shit.
would've
This is right
been-
before COVID?
This was literally like a week or so before COVID.
Holy shit, dude.
So like she would have been stuck there. She had to go on the flight.
wow. And just overall for you, I mean, how did you feel other than the heart attack situation? I mean, are you comfortable with flying? Like, do you not mind it? Do you like it?
I've had good experiences. I haven't
Yeah.
ever had like crying babies. I've never had to
That's
sit
good.
next to gross people. You know,
Yeah.
I sat next to Gino once. That was terrible.
Really?
No, it
Why?
was fine.
Had a
Oh.
couple hot dogs at the airport.
Oh my god. No. I wish I did though.
wait, how crazy though that there's like bars in the airport. Like when we were in Guatemala
Yeah.
heading back,
Oh yeah.
we're like, let's grab some drinks at the bar.
Yeah.
Yeah, and speaking to that, I mean, you know, JFK, I mean, it's like a mall at this point. I just wish, and I know, you know, they take advantage, high rent, high cost, this, that, other thing.
Thanks, Mom.
But I just don't. I just wish that airports
Air
one
Canada.
time, Air Canada. I've heard great
Never
things
have.
about
My mom
that,
says
and
it's
also
good.
Alaskan Airlines.
Oh.
Definitely a good.
Oh no, I don't like Alaska. I told you I was on the small plane with the rotor.
Oh, okay, yeah, but not on a commuter jet, Tony.
Well, what do you want from me?
I
Have a
don't-
better commuter jet
And I
then.
know you agree. I know you're going to argue with me about this, but you're going to agree with me on this. I know that didn't make any sense, but you know what I was saying. I already know what you're going to say. But the airport's got to step it up with the food, with like just like have good quality stuff. I don't care if you're going to charge me an arm and a leg, but have it be good. And it's just not. And
Yeah.
that's my number one qualm.
No,
with
that's true. But I
airports.
mean, I guess like a lot of people, obviously, I don't know. More often than not, I'm just looking for something quick.
right. But sometimes you might get delayed. Like have that.
I know.
ability there.
Sometimes,
You might
yeah,
have a
there's
long
the delay.
layover.
Yeah, true. When
When
I got into Ireland when I went for Shoe to film, I think we had like a little bit of a layover from the Dingle or the Dublin airport to fly into Dingle. So I went to Burger King, got myself a Whopper and a Guinness because the
Wow.
Burger King was
sells
selling
Guinness.
beer.
Wow.
Oh my god! And the oh, dude, it was so good. My professor looked at me like, "What the fuck are you doing?" It's like 10 in the morning, having a Guinness with a Whopper. Like, why don't you get breakfast? Like, what are you doing? I wanted a Whopper.
And I know we've literally talked about everything today. But
Yeah.
last thing, tell
Oh,
me
dude,
this
keep
is
it going.
insane.
Come on.
So I'm going on a trip at the end of this month to Puerto Vallarta. It's through work. One of our distributors
Oh, hell yeah.
sponsors a trip. But they are having us because they take care of like the travel part of it. And we have to fly to Bradley. But connecting flights both ways, Minneapolis on the way there, Detroit on the way back.
Oh god!
2.5 hours. And it's just like even JFK, no direct flight flights to Puerto Vallarta.
Right.
Newark is the only one that has them, and their flights are like for coach like $1,100.
Holy
direct.
shit!
But it's like it's a popular tourist destination in Mexico. How do we not have more direct flights?
That's a little ridiculous. Do you travel heavy? What do you got, dude? You carry on a backpack?
So I actually, it's funny, I go duffel bag just because I feel like, the little suitcases that you can actually carry on that they'll allow you to.
Right, that's
you
bullshit.
don't get as much stuff.
Yeah, no,
duffel bag, you get
double
a ton.
bags, yeah.
Do I look a little ridiculous, a little like 1990? Yes.
Oh,
but you get
yeah,
more stuff
dude.
in there. And I just feel like check bag. I hate waiting 2 hours sometimes for the bag to come in.
Then they lose it sometimes.
Right. But if I'm going away for a long time, it makes sense.
Yeah, it has to do the
But if
luggage.
it's like a 3-day thing, 4 days, like I'm not.
I'm a big duffel bag backpack guy.
Yeah.
Love it, dude. And you just walk right on the plane. Don't fucking worry about dropping your luggage. Walk right out of the airport when you land. Don't worry about picking up your luggage. These losers, like, what baggage claim are we at? Like,
yeah.
No way.
Oh, my God. And then last thing, because
we gotta get out of here,
the
dude.
people that want to get to the airport 4 hours early, stop. I hate sitting there for 2 hours. I can't do it. And just by looking at your face, you're very prompt. Want to get there early. Got to get there early. I can see it on your face.
You know what, dude? Honestly, I don't mind getting there early.
What do you, to pass the time? Let's say early. Let's say you got to the airport. You're through security. You have an hour and 45 minutes. It's 7 o'clock in the morning. Besides getting a coffee,
Very
maybe a
specific.
breakfast sandwich, what do you do? You're going to say, oh, I'm going to read a book, like listen to some music. Is that what you're going to say?
Well, obviously, I'll get some food. Maybe I'll shop around. And then, maybe I'll play my Nintendo. I'll probably bring my Nintendo on the trip. So I'll bring a little Switch.
I just feel like, you know what I mean? You're going to be on the plane for so long. So to have to wait in the airport lounge.
I wouldn't get there, so I'm like 2 hours extra time. I'm talking about like an hour, like tops, dude.
But the only thing I would agree with, if you have lounge access, like where you have the unlimited food and drink,
oh my
get
God,
there 4 hours early. Why not? But
that would be the day, huh, dude?
Yeah, I mean, we'll get there.
We'll get there, dude.
But honestly, I don't think there's one thing we didn't talk about today.
I can probably name a few things we didn't talk about.
But I mean,
honestly, most things.
Renee, what do you think?
I think that I have to pee.
Well, we're almost done, dude.
Yeah, we are done.
Yeah. Weather report, dude. It looks pretty nice out there. I see the shades are open. The sun's shining in on Renee's face.
I did see potentially we're going to get up to 38 degrees.
Renee's giving me the finger right now, which is absolutely uncalled for.
Yeah, but also, I would just like to say I really appreciate our audience tuning in, for commenting, liking, subscribing. And definitely, check out our YouTube page. Tons of stuff to watch on there, as well as downtimetv.com for some merch.
Hell yeah, dude.
Everybody enjoy their day, enjoy the sports, enjoy the travel, enjoy the golf, and we will see you
mañana, baby.
Hey guys, Tony here from Downtime TV checking in. I want to thank all our fans out there who's been liking, subscribing, sharing our content. You guys are the best. You guys are our bloodline. You make us love what we do. Thanks again.